Well, today's noisemaker is the neighbor's got the pressure washer out. It's a nice hot day, good day for it. So, welcome back to HawksDIY. I'm Chuck, and we're off to another episode here. We're on part 5 of the LP style guitar build. So I'm pretty excited. We're going to get the back and the sides done with Tru-Oil so that the guitar finish will be done. And I'm thinking about putting the tuners, going ahead and putting tuners on the headstock. So anyway, let's get going. Alright guys, gals, well, I made it to the man cave and we're ready to get started on this LP style guitar. And I hope you've seen part 4. We got the neck completed and the veneer top, so it turned out great. And so today we're going to get started on the back and the sides, maybe get the tuners put on, and also maybe put some shielding paint in the electronics cavities. But anyway, I want to say this, thanks to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you subscribing and watching and following along. So I guess let me show you what we're going to do here and how we're going to get started today, and then I'll put you up on the stand and we'll get to work. Alright guys and gals, here she is. Now the goal is to get at least 2 coats of Tru-Oil applied today. And so I'm going to need to tape off this binding because this is going to still shed because no Tru-Oil has been applied, so that leather dye will still shed. And if you don't tape that off, it'll get all over the binding. So we're going to have to do that today. And then also, I've got the Grover Deluxe tuners. I selected to go with these because they have the pinhole so that you can oil them. So that's really cool, you know. Most tuners, you know, they're encased and they're pre-greased or pre-oiled. And so this makes the tuner serviceable, having the access there to be able to lubricate them. And so I would like to go ahead possibly and go ahead and get them installed because the neck is done, and there's no reason not to go ahead and get that done. And plus I'll feel like I'm getting something accomplished, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's kind of what's on the agenda. We can also, later on, we can go ahead and paint the inside of the electronic cavities with shielding paint. So there you have it. That's what we got to get done. Alright guys and gals, I got one coat on there. We're going to let this dry for a few hours, and then we'll come back and we'll put a second coat on. So the last clip I messed up, and my mic was not plugged in, so I lost all the audio. That's why I had to fast forward through everything. But yeah, that's where we're at, and we're just going to let this dry and then continue moving on. Well, it's the next day, and I got another coat put on the back, and so it worked out great. I let it dry for about 4 hours after that first coat, and then by that time it was like supper, you know. And so I fixed some steaks. Man, they were good. So that's what we had for supper last night. A little bit of Popeye spinach with it. Boy, it was good. But grass-fed ribeye steaks. Man, that's good stuff. But anyway, like I said, we got the back done. Well, not done, but we got 2 coats on. And we're going to try to get 2 more coats on today. So let's take a look at what we got, though. Well, won't you look at it? So there's 2 coats, guys. And I'm predicting it's going to need at least 6 coats, probably. At least, probably minimum. But she's looking good. She's looking real good. The back seems to really absorb that Tru-Oil really well compared to the veneer top. So that's where we're at on that deal. I'm going to try to get 2 more coats on there today. But I think before we attack that, I would like to come over here and put these tuners on. And it won't take too long to do that, and I can just knock that out. It'll give me a little bit of a break from doing the Tru-Oil anyway. And you know, you put the Tru-Oil on, and then you're gonna have to wait on it to dry. So I can go ahead and do this first and get a little work done, you know, and then put a coat on that and walk away. So that's the plan. And so I've got to put these in position, see how I want them positioned, and get it all aligned. And then I've got the drill ready to go. Pre-drill the holes, and I've got all the tools here that I'm going to need. So I use this blue thread locker on the threads. And I may have showed you guys that before, but that prevents these from backing out and getting your tuners getting loose. So that's a good little trick right there. But I guess let me put you up on the stand and we'll get started on this headstock. Alright guys and gals, thought I'd show you this real fast. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking this insert here for the tuner, and I like to use this blue thread locker, and you just dab a little bit on there. I'm going to come over away from the guitar a little bit so it doesn't drop on the guitar, but that's all you need. Just 1-2 drops at the most, and then you just stick your tuner on the headstock, screw that in, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just snugging them hand tight, and then I'm going to get these tuners located where I want them, and then I'll tighten them down, and then I'll pre-drill the holes for the back side. Now I kind of decided that I think I like them just the way they are, contoured with the headstock, if that makes sense. I think they look better that way. If you put them straight, you know, they're going to look all kind of, you know, they'll be offset. It'll look weird. So I think, like I said, I'm going to go with the contour of the headstock. Now before I do this, I'm going to tighten them down, and then I'm going to set this guitar on my lap and just feel them, make sure it doesn't feel awkward. But I think that looks the best, guys. What do you think? Alright, I got the tuners aligned the way I like them, and so we're getting ready to drill the holes, pre-drill the holes for these screws. Now I'm using a 1/16 inch drill bit, and I put a piece of tape on the drill bit so I know how deep I need to drill. So let's get going here. Let's get this done. Alright, fellas and fellettes, the tuners are mounted, so all I need to do is make sure the other side is tightened down and we should be good to go. Alright guys, gals, now that I got the tuners put on, got that out of the way, we're ready to put a third coat on the back here. We got to allow it to dry, so I need to get it knocked out pretty quick. I've already sprayed this with compressed gas to make sure there's no dust or any kind of dirt or anything. So got it all cleaned off. She's ready to go. I got my Tru-Oil ready here, and hopefully I poured out enough. I think I did. It doesn't take too much. So I'm about out of Tru-Oil, so I'm going to have to go get some here. This will probably be the last coat I'll be able to do. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now here we go, folks. Third coat going on. Alright, there's the third coat. We're going to let this dry. Boy, she's really looking good now. Won't be long now, folks. Hey, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost anything. It really helps out the channel. Also, click the notification bell for channel updates. That way you'll know when I release a new video. I think you have to click on the all twice, and then on the second time click on all, and then you'll be getting all the notifications. I don't think all my subscribers are getting all my notifications, so thought I'd bring that up. Well, as you can see behind me, I'm at Academy. We're gonna go pick up some Tru-Oil, and the goal today is to apply 2 coats to the back of the guitar, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll apply the last coats and we'll be done with the back. So let's get inside and let's go get some Tru-Oil and get going here. There we go. All right, folks. So we're ready to get started with coat number 4. So we're getting closer, but she dried real good, and you know, you can tell it's starting to build up, but you can still see, you know, dry spots where you need more Tru-Oil. So anyway, got my applicator ready, and we're going to get started. So here we go with coat number 4. Just rinse and repeat. All right, coat number 4 is complete. We'll come back in about 3 or 4 hours and I'll apply another coat. And after I get that coat applied, I'll come back to you after that. Well, folks, I got another coat put on late last night. And so now we have 5 coats. And you can see she's really starting to look good. But I'm thinking, you know, just from looking at it, you can see some spots where it doesn't have complete coverage. So I know we're going to have to do at least one more coat. And so it might possibly need 7. Who knows? But I'll take you a view around here. But you can see like spots where it doesn't have complete coverage in the grain. And so we got to make sure that we get another coat on here. And then we'll just keep putting it on until we get, you know, complete coverage. So anyway, that's where we're at, and I think what I'll do, I'm not going to show you the next coat. I've already showed you that. It's just the same old rinse and repeat process. So what we'll do is I'll come back after I get it done, and then we'll move on to the sides. Alright, guys and gals, well, it's the next day, and last night I finished up on the back, and she's fabulous, let me tell you. She looks awesome. It took 7 coats of Tru-Oil, so I guess let's take a look at her. There she is, guys. And like I said, she just turned out awesome. I couldn't be any happier with the results. But that ebony grain filler really helped. You can see how it brought out the dark hue, underneath. And so I think doing that ebony grain filler was really the best thing to do. I'm glad I did it. But I'll just go through here and let you get a good gander at her. The binding I'll have to clean up overall. But I didn't get any on the top here when I did the back. So happy about that. And so we'll go around on the other side here and let you take a look. But I'm really thrilled with how she turned out. But yeah, take a look at that. Awesome. So there you have it, guys. That's the end result, and you can see it blends well with the neck. So I'm really thrilled with that. That's awesome. So I guess let me tell you what's next. Alright, so next we're going to have to get the sides done all the way around the perimeter of the front and back of the body. And so that's going to be our next deal. But the good news is once I get all of this done with Tru-Oil, we'll be done with the guitar finish. So and we won't have this leather dye bleeding or shedding on your fingers anymore. So that's going to be nice. I went through a bunch of towels on this project because of that. But anyway, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to get this done all the way around the perimeter of the guitar. And once that's done, we'll be done with the guitar finish. Woohoo! Alright, guys and gals, I got the sides taped off. And so we're ready to get this Tru-Oil applied on the sides here. And the reason I propped it up is because if you don't, it's going to smash the tape on the bottom. So I just set a box underneath it and then put a towel over it and just set it up like that. So should work good. So anyway, we're ready to get started here. I'll probably have to use this flashlight over here on this side because the lighting's not all that great. So hope it doesn't interfere with the camera much. But we're ready to get going here. I'm going to cut in close to the neck with the brush first. And that way I know I got her covered. Okay guys, that's one coat, so I'll come back here in about 4 hours and I'll put another coat on, and then after I get that done, I'll come back at you after that. Alright guys and gals, I've got actually 3 more coats applied, so I've been working a little bit, and so basically, you're starting to see where it's get to the point where it's starting to glisten a little bit, and you can see that some of the areas still aren't fully covered, so we don't have complete coverage just yet. But after 4 coats, this is what she looks like, and So I'm just going to stay at it here and get it done. But the plan is I'm going to do, try to do 2 coats today. And then that way, if it needs a 7th coat, then I can do that first thing in the morning. So that's where we're at, and I guess I'll just come back to you when I have her completely done. So it's just a lot of rinse and repeat. All right, folks, got 7 coats on the sides, and let me tell you what, she rocks. She looks awesome. So let's see what she looks like. All right, guys, there she is. And I kind of set a light up here so you could see a little better, hopefully. But look at that. She just looks fabulous. It just turned out awesome. I couldn't be any more happier. But it took 7 coats, and just everything worked out pretty good. There is one little spot right here. I don't even know if you can see that or not. But what happened was when I got the kit, this was cracked. And so I had to fill it in with wood filler. And so it kind of, you know, it's not perfect, but it definitely looks better than it would have if it had a crack, you know what I mean? So there's the back side there. So let's go around to the other side, and I'll bring the light over there and we'll take a look at the other side. Okay, here's the other side. And I wish the lighting was better so you could really get a better look at it. It's kind of hard the way the lighting is in this room, but I'll try to help with the lighting as much as I can. But this is the top side of the guitar. And so I just, man, I'm so happy to have all of this done. You know, this has been a really, really long project, and as far as the guitar finish goes. But man, I don't know how you could not be pleased with that. It just turned out awesome, and like I said, I couldn't be any happier. But there she is, and so I guess we need to talk about where we go from here, and we kind of need to make a game plan of what we're going to do so that we can get this thing finished and actually enjoy playing this thing, you know what I mean? So what's next? Well, I need to paint the electronics cavities with shielding paint. I'm going to need to do that. I discovered that the neck has some fret sprout on the frets, so I'm going to need to address that before I string it up. And I didn't worry about doing anything with the frets yet because I really don't know where we're at with them. I'd rather get a setup on the guitar to know where to go from there first. But I can address the fret sprout. So we got those 2 things. We've got to install the toggle switch first because all the wiring's got to be run through this front pickup cavity. We've got to install the input jack and get the wires run for that. We're going to need to install the stop bar tailpiece with the ground wire attached to it and get that installed. And so those are going to be the main things I'm going to need to concentrate on right now in order to get this thing up and running. So that's kind of where we're at. I'm really thrilled to have the guitar finish done. I'm going to wait probably a couple weeks to polish it. We'll let this Tru-Oil really cure, and then that way we'll be safe to polish it. So that's where we're at. All right, guys and gals. Well, it's Memorial Day weekend, so I guess this is probably as good a spot as any to end this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. The next video, part 6, we'll get into everything I just discussed, and we'll continue to build on the LP style guitar build. And so, hey, thank a vet. Thank a vet. I had a grandpa that was in Pearl Harbor, and when it was bombed, and he served 20 some odd missions over Germany in a B-17. And then I had a couple uncles that were in Vietnam, so yeah, thank a veteran. It's just the right thing to do. It's Memorial Day, and we appreciate you. But hey, if you liked the video, like and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. Really helps out the channel. Click the notification bell for channel updates. That way you'll know when I release a new video. And we'll see you on part 6 of the LP style guitar build. I'm really looking forward to it. We're getting close now. So we'll see you then.